Thank you.
Sir, yung kanya pala, sa bar niya, lalabas pa mga under niya.
Ano na kapag?
Lalabas yung sa may mga tinatawag sa kanila, PSI niya.
Oo.
Lalabas siya pag umaandar.
Pag umaandar na. Sige, sige. Thank you.
Tali mo na nasip natin sa likod, sir.
Nakaka-excite guys. Iba talaga ang feeling kapag ka naka big bike. And sa wakas, nagkaroon na rin ako. Marami-rami na rin ako napuntahang mga motorcycle dealers. And from all across the brands and models na nakita ko, etong si Cove 800X Pro ang napili ko. And by the way guys, this is my very first big bike. Meron ako small bike na Rouser 135 pero nasa 40,000 kilometers pa lang ang natatakbo nito in a span of 15 years. So it suffice to say that I am a beginner rider since hindi naman ako masyadong nakakapag long ride. Limited lang din ang knowledge ko sa mga motor, especially sa mga big bike. So please bear with me if I am not able to share expert opinions in this video.
Hirap hanapin nung neutral.
Alright, right off the bat, discuss ko muna yung weight ng bike. So para sa akin, hindi naman siya mabigat. Para lang din siyang underbone kapag ka dinadrive mo na. The only time that you can feel yung bigat kapag nakastop or when driving slowly. So like I said, I've been visiting other dealers before and have seen different brands. In particular, nakita ko yung DS525X ng Vogue, CF Moto 450 MT and 800 MTX, as well as the Benelli TRK 502. And comparing all these brands dito sa Cove 800X Pro ng Bristol, I honestly have to say, etong Cove 800X ang pinaka-basic and simple ang look. Hindi siya kasing techy ng Vogue or CF Moto. It's readable enough and yun para sa akin okay na. Though I wish sana ginandahan nila ang user interface, similar sa other brands. Okay, so this is to confirm yung nabasa ko sa social media sa international community na itong 800X. Yung may pagka-jerky yung throttle na parang on and off siya, especially at low RPM. And when slowing or speeding up to or from a stop, hindi lang napapansin sa video pero ang feeling is yung parang nagbe-brake ng kusa yung motor as if yung body position ko is natutulak sa harap. Pero this is very subtle. So for me at this time, naisip ko na lang na baka dahil bago pa lang yung motor and still undergoing its braking period. Kaya siguro ganito. You know, meron pala siyang daylight sensor. Nagda-dark mode siya kapag may minimal na ilaw or daylight sa paligid. Grabe, nakakatakot pala yung experience pag ganito naka big bike. I really have to be careful on how I twist the throttle. Ang lakas ng acceleration niya. Kaya buti na lang meron akong experience kahit papano sa pagmamotor ng manual. I may look like I'm riding smoothly here, but you have no idea how nervous I am right now. While at the same time, I'm super excited. Siyempre, ikaw ba naman naka big bike? One of the selling points of this Cove 800X Pro for me is the sound. which for me is very brusco. Siguro dala na lang din ng being naive on the world of big bikes. Madali akong ma-impress at mababa pa ang standards, especially sa mga adventure bikes. Kobe 800X. Nakakatakot tong i-drive. So nakaka 13 kilometers na ako. Okay. Initial findings lang. Alam ko na yung sinasabi din sa social media na mga yung on and off issue nung sa throttle. So sa first gear, second gear and third gear na ano ko siya, nafi-feel ko siya yung parang yung on and off yung parang ano kinakapos ng hatak. So mas ano siya, mas mas observable siya sa akin sa second gear. Yung ano. Pero ano sa first and third gear meron din. Pero hindi ganoon ka ano. Unlike sa second gear. Especially kapag ka nasa traffic. Pero kapag mga arangkada sa highway ganyan, okay siya. Pagka lalo mga 4, 5 and 6 na gears niya. Ayos na ayos. So yun lang, pansin ko talaga yung engine heat niya. Talagang mainit, basta mainit. Hindi ko may paliwanag yung init niya. Pero tolerable naman. Tolerable naman yung kasi may airflow naman kapag nagra-ride ka. Yun lang talaga pag close traffic ka, yung naka-stop ka ng several minutes sa traffic. Yun lang yung talagang feel mo yung yung init na nagbi-build up sa crotch area mo. Mas siya, observable siya sa left leg, yung init dito sa Then pagka tumakbo yung unit, pati dito sa right leg ma-feel mo na. So yun lang muna. I still have a couple of kilometers to go hanggang sa bahay. Tingnan ko na lang kung ano pa yung mga observe ko. Ganun siya, may aircon.
May aircon?
Ayan, aircon. Oh, init, mainit. Di ba? Problema, paano magkakasya yan? So, one of the weird things I have to do when riding this big, heavy adventure bike is that I gotta learn how to ride standing up. While I did ride my smaller bike off-roads before, I have never done riding standing up. So, this is very weird for me. Anyway, I already down 200 kilometers, so in a way, nagigets ko na yung dynamics ng bike. Though I know I still have lots to learn, but I gotta say, this is what I noticed when riding this bike so far. Sa suspension, I have never ridden other big bikes before. I only have smaller commuter bike and my mountain bike for comparison. And what I notice is yung comfort ng riding sa ganitong mga rough roads. It is very steady sa handlebar. For these light trails, I can almost feel no difference than when riding on the tarmac. Now, pair this good suspension dito sa steering dampener or stabilizer ng 800X. I noticed I don't easily get tired sa mga ganitong bumpy roads. The stock Pirelli Scorpion Rally STR tires also has a good grip even on this loose gravel road. And displayed here right now is the Kove 800X Pro 2025 spec sheet. Okay, so discuss ko naman yung mga likes and dislikes ko dito sa 800X Pro. Number 1 is its weight, which is forgiving for beginner big bike rider like me. I am surprised even now that I can manage to ride this bike where mostly before, a mere 13 kg mountain bike lang ang madalas kong ginagamit. On this twisty road, may confidence ako sa mga cornering thanks to its dual front disc brakes. Pansin ko lang yung rear disc brake is medyo maingay at this point, especially on long descent. Kaya baka dahil under braking period pa, kaya siguro ganyan. Number 4 is yung kanyang tire pressure monitoring system, which is very helpful to know kung merong issue sa gulong. Very useful din ito when I'm airing down sa off-road. 5th is yung kanyang horsepower, which is very impressive for me sa mga uphill. Hindi siya nabibitin and it's very easy to maintain momentum, especially when overtaking and getting in and out of a corner. Lastly is yung kanyang tunog. Tunog big bike talaga for me, so paano na lang kaya kung in-upgrade ko pa itong stock niya? Okay, for the dislikes naman, ito ang mga findings ko based on my experience. Number 1, na-mention ko na to before, yung sa throttle niya na may pagka-jerky when riding below 3,000 RPM. Especially kapag naka-sports mode. Pero I noticed na habang dumadami yung mileage ng bike, napapansin ko na parang nababawasan yung instances na nag-on and off yung throttle. I just have to be mindful of my throttle and clutch control to minimize this issue, and also by staying only at eco riding mode during chill ride. So siguro para sa akin sanayan lang talaga, and dahil na rin sa engine design ng bike na gusto talaga nito yung mataas ang rev. Second, I love that this bike has controls for ABS, traction control, riding mode which is the sports and eco mode. Sa mga modern bikes talaga dapat meron ito. What I find a bit annoying is that I have to remember to stop and modify yung ABS and traction control when going in and out sa off-roads. Unlike sa mga CF Moto models, meron silang dedicated buttons sa handlebar that can do this. Sa ABS naman, nagre-revert sa default on settings whenever I turn the bike off then on, which is why it is very important to be mindful at all times sa mga changing road conditions, and if the bike is properly set as such before going full throttle. Third is yung crash bar and skid plates that is very minimalistic, and I'm a bit worried when going off-road that it might crash and damage the bike's engine. The manufacturer's main selling point for this bike is the weight, so kaya siguro ganyan. Luckily, to compensate for the minimalist crash bar, buti na lang pwede pa rin siya lagyan ng crash bags that can provide some protection, while at the same time provide sa rider essential storage spaces on long rides. My fourth dislike is yung heat buildup sa legs, which I already mentioned. When riding on open roads, it's okay, but on slow traffic, it is not. To cope for this, what I do is I layer my riding pants para hindi masyadong ramdam yung init. Fifth is the horn or busina, which is for me is not very loud. I notice mas napapansin pa ng other motorists yung bomba ng rev kesa sa busina when overtaking or passing on intersections. Lastly, while I do love yung height ng bike, especially yung ground clearance, I am a bit annoyed sa side stand ng bike, which is very vertical ang posture nito to the point na medyo mahirap hanapan ng proper parking spot on uneven surfaces. Nakaka-worry lang kasi iwan to sa parking sometimes dahil at very small effort, pwedeng matumba yung bike due to lack of incline angle ng side stand. That is why I always put my heaviest gear on the left side crash bag to compensate for this. In addition nga pala, recent ko lang nalaman na may 150 kilograms max load capacity lang itong 800X Pro. My weight as a rider with full riding gears is close to 90 plus kilograms. That only leaves me less than 60 kilograms of luggage left. And if kasama ko pa ang OBR ko sa mga rides, I am already maxing out on this weight limit. Now, comparing it to other adventure bikes, medyo dehado si 800X sa touring setup, especially on multiple day long trips due to this limited carrying capacity. Though I have read sa international community that they can ride their 800X beyond 150 kilograms limit without having any issues, actual riding conditions however tends to be varied. So depende pa rin talaga yan on many factors. But for me, I defer muna to follow the manual to be on the safe side. So ganun lang talaga. All bikes I think have trade-offs for certain features. Yung pagiging lightweight ng 800X are targeting more off-road adventurers who wants more horsepower at a more affordable price at a cost of a bit limited loading capacity. Oh, and by the way, I almost forgot to mention, meron din palang adjustable front and rear suspension itong si 800X. That for me is a big plus na may ganitong feature also. Though as a beginner rider, hindi ko pa alam kalikutin yan. I will have to defer to some off-road experts soon, especially now that I am preferring to ride more on trails as I gain more experience. Sobrang dami na ba ng complaints dito sa 800X? Honest opinions ko lang naman ito guys, and if you notice, very workable naman itong mga dislikes ko sa 800X Pro. Don't get me wrong, I really love riding this bike, and the biggest take for me on getting this bike is that it chose me, not the other way around. I remember back then when I am visiting those dealers across all other brands and models na nakita ko and nasakyan ko. Ito yung huling bike na nakita ko and automatic nabudol na ako.
Walang ulan?
Sa mga nakaabot na dito sa part ng video, thank you so much guys, and I hope you were entertained or at least informed about the Kove 800X Pro. Yung footage nitong video is very outdated and was taken last 2025 pa. At dahil tamad tayong mag-post, dahil busy tayo for some reason, hindi tayo madalas makapag-publish. If you don't already know, meron ng 2026 version ng 800X Pro. As of this final edit ng video na ito, this big bike has already seen a lot, and at its 9,000 plus kilometers mileage, marami pa akong gustong i-share na experiences. Hopefully, I can compile another update review soon. I would appreciate it if any one of you guys can comment down if you're interested for more similar content like this. Alternatively, you can like and subscribe on this video and channel to show your support. Doing so, I will be forever in your debt for giving me the right motivation to keep this channel alive. I have created nga pala a Facebook group specifically for the Cover 800X since wala pang Philippine-based community nung nakuha ko itong 800X ko at the time. If you are interested for more updates about the bike and the community around it, please join us. Link is available down on the description and comments. Again, thank you for watching and see you hopefully soon on the next video. Peace out.